The Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire special demo was the first demo of a mainline Pokemon game to be released to the general public outside of any conventions or trade shows. It was initially released to only people who met specific criteria, different depending on region, via a serial code that would be entered into the Nintendo eShop. It's one of few unlimited use demos on the 3DS. If you remember back then, most demos you could play maybe 10, 15 times before the game just told you to fuck off and buy the game. Codes for this demo expired in 2015. It later became available to download for everybody from the North American and European eShops on December 27th, 2014, and in Japan from August 2nd to September 30th, 2016. It is no longer possible to download this demo legitimately in any region unless you had already downloaded it in the past. Luckily for the purposes of this video, I got a serial code back in the day. But I can't remember if I got it through the Trainer Club newsletter or as a bonus to an eShop download of Pokemon Art Academy Puzzle Challenger trading card game, or just one of those events they love doing where GameStop gives away little slips of paper with download codes on them. They still do those for mystery gifts to this day. Either way, if you lived in the US, you had by far the most chances to actually get this demo. They only released a demo like this a couple more times in this series, one for Sun and Moon and one for Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, though by that point it was pretty clear that they were no longer interested in making these demos worthwhile. You can't even save that one, and you get nothing in the full game for having played it. It's probably for the best that they stopped making these by the time Sword and Shield came around. I want this video to cover basically everything within the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire special demo as a look back on a potentially forgotten part of Pokemon's history and the things you can get for playing it. So, here it is. With the laziest splash art for comparison, here's what the full games looks like. Way cooler. I guess they had a lot to fit in here, though. Whatever, they did their best. Choosing a language actually has an effect on your reward for playing through the demo. If you don't care about reading the dialogue and knowing what to do, say if you're following a walkthrough or a Let's Play like this, you can choose Japanese if you like Steelix more than Glalie. Otherwise, probably just pick a language you understand. A lame title screen to go with the lame splash art. Yeah, Steven and I are just casually besties with Latios. We've made it. Thank you, Latios. You've helped immensely. This is Moss Deep City. It is a town where scientists work day and night on the research, aiming to reach the great expanse of space. I've received a message from a professor I know asking if we can come and help him. It seems that some rather bad people have been trying to steal his research results for themselves. We should hurry to the Space Center at once. Come with me, Orlando! This is the Space Center. The professor should be Grrr! Troublemaker spotted! You're planning to get in the way of us Team Aqua members, aren't you? But we won't hold back, not even if that one's a kid and you happen to be totally my ideal type of guy. Well, if you put it that way, then it looks as though we have little choice. We'll have to battle our way through this. Orlando, would you lend me your strength? I want you to battle alongside me and my Pokémon. If you agree, then choose from these 3 Pokéballs. Select the Pokémon you want at your side in battle. Pretty much right away, we have a choice of a starter, one of the 3 middle evolutions of the Hoenn starters, Grovyle, Combusken, or Marshtomp. They all start at level 35. Let's go over these. Grovyle is a solid enough choice, though it will be weak to some of the opponents we have to face in this demo. Not weak enough that it matters, though. This demo isn't challenging at all. Pick Grovyle if it's your favorite of the 3. Combuskin is a solid enough choice, though it will be weak to some of the opponents we have to face in this demo. Not weak enough that it matters, though. This demo isn't challenging at all. Pick Combuskin if it's your favorite of the three. Marshtomp is the best choice on paper. It's not weak to any of the opponents we'll be facing, but it's not meaningfully better than the others, and I'd even argue its lower speed makes it kind of worse to use in terms of, like, getting through this quickly, so who cares? Just choose the one you like the most. And Grovyle is my favorite, but I'm gonna pick Marshtomp. You are challenged by Team Aqua Grunt. Yeah, so I don't really have much to say about most of these like little battles in here. I'm pretty sure this battle background is one from X and Y, because this does not look at all like Moss Deep City. But whatever, who cares? Yeah, your name is forced to be Orlando, so you're not allowed to actually pick a name or a gender. You will always be a boy who looks like Brendan who is named Orlando. And you're just friends with Steven. Whoa, I got defeated all too soon. Doesn't matter if you beat us now, you're already too late. We, Team Aqua, have already figured out where to find that Mega Evolving Pokemon. Alright, time for us to set sail for that island. What island? My goodness, if it isn't young Steven. So, you came to my rescue as asked. Well, I do thank you for that. No need to thank me, and I was not alone. This is Orlando. I'm sorry. I mean, like, he's named after one of the worst cities in one of the worst states in one of the worst countries on one of the worst planets in the best solar system. He helped me battle those thugs. Together we set them running. Indeed, indeed. I owe you as well, Orlando. I'm sure I have you to thank for no one's getting seriously hurt. However, it appears the situation is already desperate. That team something or other who was just here stole some of our findings about Mega Evolution. They seem to have learned the location of a certain Pokemon that is capable of Mega Evolution. I'm afraid the Pokemon will be captured by these criminally inclined wretches. I see. That is not something we can ignore. Orlando, I have a favor to ask. Please come with me. Come and help me protect that Pokemon from these thieves. I've gotten the coordinates from the professor, so I know which direction to go. As soon as you feel ready, speak with me. So we have the buzz nav on the bottom screen that's going to be giving us various advertisements for the full game of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and also just information about the Hoenn region as a whole. And that's going to be pretty nice. Our hub world for this demo, which, yes, I would call this a hub world because this particular demo functions less like a normal Pokemon game and more like, sort of a course clear sort of thing, if that makes sense, which we'll be getting into. Every single door is locked, so we can't actually get into any of the buildings, but there are some people to talk to. Big brother! No, I mean Mr. Manager, thank you for all you've taught me. I will carry on your lecture for new trainers with pride, just as you've taught me, Mr. Manager. Little brother. No, I mean trusty employee. You may be going to Old Isle Town now, but I hope you'll carry on and give the lecture to any new trainers you meet there. So this takes place before Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Orlando is not Brendan, he just looks identical to him. The guy who lives in that house, Steven, is always giving me weird stones. Is collecting rocks really that fun? I don't get it. I do think Steven just, like, every day he leaves his house and gives this kid a rock, and he does not want it, but he just is stuck with it. What in the world? There's something here, but I can't see anything. I can't even get into Steven's house. Is there some kind of Pokemon trick? There is something in front of it. And yeah, we can't get into Steven's house. I don't know why this kid wants to get into Steven's house, but he does. Good for him. The Shoal Cave would be over there, but we can't possibly get to it. Tate and Liza are here, though.
I'm Tate. I'm the gym leader in Moss Deep City. I'm Liza. I'm the gym leader of Moss Deep City.
Okay.
No, not the gym. You can't go in.
Okay. Great job doing your job as gym leaders, guys. I'd heard from my mates in Lily Cove that the herd of Whalmers disappeared. I wonder what went down over there. Okay, but also this takes place during Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I guess? A lot of this dialogue is the same as what you'd see in the final game, so you're not actually learning too much by talking to the people here that you wouldn't learn just by playing the full game, but I mean, it's relatively late game dialogue, so I guess it's cool that you have a chance to see it way earlier than you would in the final game. Get a good view of the rocket. I remember, like, the release cycle for this game and how excited I was, and playing this demo over and over again as a kid. That's good memories for me. Team Magma, Team Aqua. What could such ruffians plan to do with my research? I'm not strong enough to go after them or stop them. I know I'm really springing this on you, but would you go with Steven to put a stop to their evil plots? I'm counting on you, Orlando. Yeah. So, Marshtomp starts at level 35 and gained... Well, I don't know if he gained a lot of experience. I think he already started with a lot, but we did get a lot for just beating that Team Aqua Grunt's Poochyena. And we already start with a pretty competent moveset of Waterfall, Mud Bomb, Rock Slide, and Protect, so... Yeah. Well, I mean, you're pretty well set off, like, with any starter you get, so don't worry too much about what one you choose. You also start with 3 Hyper Potions and 3 full heals. Pretty sure I've talked to everyone, so let's talk to Steven now. Looks like you're ready. Shall we go help that Pokemon? Let's have an adventure. Understood. Then shall we go? Yeah, we're still just besties with Latios, too. Now then, I expect Team Magma and Team Aqua have already beat us here in search for that Pokemon. Orlando, can I ask you to start by having a look around? I'm sure that those fools will be around here somewhere. Ah, yes, a word of warning. If you step into the tall grass here, wild Pokemon may attack you. Be sure you are ready for them. As he said, this area does have 2 wild Pokemon that can appear. However, we don't have Pokeballs, so we aren't going to be able to actually catch any of them. I think it's worth noting that every single Pokemon that can appear is shiny locked. The only one that isn't, aside from one we'll be seeing later, but it's scripted to be shiny and we can't catch it still. Even your starter is the only Pokemon that isn't shiny locked, but it will still have its normal colors because the shiny textures are not included in this demo. Ridiculous! No one warned me about this! To think that Team Aqua would also show up looking for that Mega Evolving Pokemon. And that girl just now, why is a strong trainer like her here? What should we do now? Oh, Wibble. What the do you mean, Wibble? What are you acting so afraid for? We've got nothing to worry about. We've got our admin Tabitha. Yeah? More interference? Darn it! Why does everyone keep wanting to get in Team Magma's way? I won't let you get away with it! He may not be Moxie from Team Magma, but he is a Team Magma grunt. Yeah, we are fighting both evil teams here, so... Yeah, in the actual full game, the evil team you're facing depends on version, with Omega Ruby facing Team Magma and Alpha Sapphire fighting Team Aqua. Both teams are in both games, but you only fight one of them, so yeah. What? I lost! Yeah, in one hit. Ridiculous! No one warned me about this! No one told me you'd be so strong, Wibble. I don't know why I keep saying Wibble. You're not too bad for a little kid. Fine, an ace grunt like me will take care of you in the flashiest of flashes. Her dialogue, because keep in mind, when this game came out, when Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, I was 13, maybe 12. I'm pretty sure I was 13 though. So like, I was not the smartest, but I I was pretty sure Ace Grunt was a new trainer class because I just didn't read hers that carefully because of her dialogue here. Ace Grunt is not a trainer class. Huh? I lost? Yes. What? What do you mean you're not Team Aqua? Huh? You're here to protect that Pokemon? Now that you mention it, that girl who beat us before was saying something like that. Sheesh, everyone sure does get excited when it's a Mega Evolving Pokemon, huh? I guess so. Hello. You jerks! You think 2-on-1 is a fair battle? And you call yourselves adults, too. Never mind your weird outfits and those stripes. Are we being unfair? And do I really look weird? Nitwit, why are you acting so shocked? It's fine. We in Team Aqua do what we must in order to help Pokemon, got it? That means we can be unfair or as bad as we have to be. And I don't know about you, but I totally rock my uniform, that's true. Do you see this midriff? Okay. I've got more style than I know what to do with. Well, at least she's confident. Wow, Orlando, why are you here? Okay, so we know May. What? Another brat? Fine then. I'll show you why people compare us in Team Aqua to mighty Poseidon. I'll take you on mano a mano, fair and square. So Greek mythology exists within the Pokemon universe. Poochyena. He's really proven that he's the best Team Aqua grunt around. Actually, what he's really doing is proving why he has so little confidence. Grr, I lost it. Maybe mano a mano wasn't such a hot idea. You know what? You're pathetic. Fine. I, ranked as the 25th highest grunt in Team Aqua, will clean up this mess for you in no time. She does rock that uniform. That makes me curious how many Team Aqua grunts you actually fight during the main story of Alpha Sapphire, because if it's like you fight 24, and then she's ranked 25, that would be very funny, but I doubt they put that much thought into that dialogue. Anyway, what was I saying in those bios about speed? Who actually cares? I haven't been slower than anything, even with Marshtomp. Speaking of which, Marshtomp is evolving. I was mashing B there. You can't cancel evolutions in this demo. Marshtomp evolved into Swampert. I didn't think you'd be so good at drawing out your Pokemon's power. I'll be listing your name in our notebook of troublesome opponents after this, so beware. No, that's a Gen 7 Pokemon. Thank you for helping out, Orlando. Oh, your Pokemon's looking a bit tired there, is it? It used 2 moves and took no damage. Let me heal it right up for you. Okay, thanks. There, ready for action. My dad asked me to come to this island to survey some Pokemon that supposedly lives here. But with all these weirdos decked out in red and blue trying to go after the local Pokemon, I couldn't just stand back and watch, you know? But there's a couple of guys ahead who seem way stronger than the 2 we just faced. I'd guess they're the bosses or something. I tried to fight them, but me and my team didn't stand a chance. But you and your Pokemon, Orlando, you might be able to win where I couldn't. Don't push it too hard, though. Cross your heart, okay? I know they're trying to say that, oh, this Orlando fellow is actually Brendan, and, like, he is the player character from the full game. That's why we know May and Steven, but, like, why is he named Orlando? They could have gone with Brendan, and it would have been better, and I could have been able to take it seriously. But no, he's Orlando, and now every time I see his name, I think, oh, it's Orlando Bloom. Anyway, I don't actually have anything to say about the evolved starters right now. They're more of the same from what you've been using up to this point. Again, this demo's not big on challenge. This power boost is utterly unnecessary.
You there, oversized brute! Clear the path! We, the mighty Team Magma, will be the ones to obtain that mega-evolving Pokémon. What, you got a screw loose or something? Look at you, you little Makuhita man. What? I have never been so humiliated. You compare me, Tabitha, the next chief admin of Team Magma, to a Makuhita? You'd better at least make it a Hariyama. You're pretty funny, little man. I love funny, interested dudes. That's why I love my bro Archie.
Yeah, they made Matt super gay in the remakes.
That's it, bro. Let's smash it out with a battle. I'm gonna love you to bits.
He's so gay. I hired this homophobic Tabitha to stare at gay people.
I don't understand this brute at all. Frightening. It looks as though I have no choice. I'll give you a good taste of the overwhelming power an admin wields. Ho ho! Sounds pretty fun! Come at me, little man! Oh? Huh? Who is this?
Seems like that child's here to get in our way, making this no time for me to be picking fights with oversized brutes. My friend, I suggest we call a temporary truce. Let's work together to wipe out this meddling child.
Oh, good idea, bro. That's my funny little man.
This is just yaoi.
You, me, and our Pokemon are gonna have a real good time later. A no-holds-barred barrage, bro. Oh,
This one is proving to be quite a handful. Let's crush this impudent child.
good kid. Now let's rough you up real nice.
Orlando. I'm sorry it took me so long, Orlando. The slack-off out there were really difficult for my steel types, and now I see what we have here. So, these are some of the bosses of Team Magma and Team Aqua. I admit I am a bit surprised to see them joining forces. It matters little. We will battle together, Orlando. Before we do, though, let me teach your Swampert a little something.
Swampert forgot how to use Protect and learned Hydro Cannon. Pokemon can't learn moves through level up even if you were to grind, so this is the only move any Pokemon in this demo will learn. And this is for you. Obviously, Blaziken gets Blast Burn and Sceptile gets Frenzy Plant. We also got a Mega Bracelet, which is cool. The Mega Bracelet that I just gave you is set with a mysterious stone known as a Keystone. It is a stone with the power to bind you and your Pokemon together. Ah yes, and we should give your Swampert this to hold as well. Swampertite! With the Keystone you hold, the Mega Stone Swampert now holds. The bonds that tie you two together should now allow you to draw forth the great power of Mega Evolution. Don't you feel it's time we tested that power?
I pray you don't underestimate me. Admin Tabitha of Team Magma is not about to fall for any last-minute trickery. You two look pretty fun too. I'm gonna enjoy pummeling you.
Admins Tabitha and Matt. I can speak English. We're going to use Camerupt and Sharpedo. Camerupt is level 32, Magma Armor or Solid Rock for the ability. It can have either. Knowing the moves Curse, Takedown, Rock Slide, and Yawn. As well as Sharpedo, level 32, Rough Skin for the ability. Knowing the moves Crunch, Poison Fang, Slash, and Scary Face. Yeah, Steven is using a level 45 Shiny Metagross. They don't stand a chance, and we have Mega Evolution. Oh yeah, Steven is also Mega Evolving. These guys, like, they wanted a, fair fight, or rather they wanted it to be one-sided, and in a way they got their wish. It just wasn't in the way they thought it would. Mega Swampert is one of my least favorite Mega Evolution designs. He's so ugly. Oh, nice miss with the Giga Impact, Steven. Okay, well, your Metagross is slow now. What are you gonna do? And I have to recharge on the next turn, so we'll see how this goes. I just wanted to use Hydro Cannon because it's the cool new move that I got, but now I have to survive a turn against this Sharpedo that can only do neutral damage to me and is targeting Metagross anyway. This is Generation 6, which is when Dark started being neutral against Steel, so who cares?
Yeah? Oh, that's a loss I can be proud of. How could this be? For an admin like me to lose to some child and a silver-haired pretty boy. My evaluation from leader Maxi of Team Magma will surely go down if he learns of this. Oh, you fellows are strong. I can't get enough of you. Remember this moment, child. And you there, pretty boy. Someday I'll pay you back for this. I'll be looking forward to meeting you two again.
Yeah, Matt's just nice.
Good work, Orlando. That was a perfect Mega Evolution. It held such strength even though this was your first time using it in battle. I'm practically trembling with excitement at the limitless potential I sense in you. What did you think of my Metagross? Its rugged white body so cool to the touch. Its beauty grows with Mega Evolution. Yes, I think the day may come when I will be able to entrust this Metagross to you. But now we have scared off the crooks. So, shall we go and meet the Pokémon said to be capable of Mega Evolution? Yeah, we beat the crooks, so why don't we go get it instead of the crooks? Steven went all the way down there, so we had to follow him. This cave is weird, where wild Pokemon still only appear in tall grass. So, yeah. Even on the cave tiles, wild Pokemon don't appear. Honestly, it'd be kind of nice if that was how it worked in the games. There you are, Orlando. It seems like the Mega Evolving Pokemon is in that tall grass there. If you were to face it in battle, it might accept you as well. Here you go. Throw a Pokeball to try and catch that Pokemon. If you're playing the Japanese language version, specifically if you chose Japanese as the language, it doesn't actually need to be the Japanese version of the demo. This is a Steelix. Steelix is a bulky monster, making it harder to deal damage with an incredible defensive typing. It also comes knowing significantly better moves than the Pokemon you'd be getting in the other regional versions. Overall, Japan really did just get a better reward for this demo. And this Steelix is also holding a Steelixite, allowing it to Mega Evolve. Mega Steelix gets a big boost to its defense, special defense, and attack, meaning it can take hits even better and hit much harder than it could before Mega Evolving. Sandforce isn't overly useful for the purposes of this demo, since you won't be able to teach it Sandstorm, but still, with or without that ability, this is a bulky monster that will easily destroy basically any opponent you face in this demo. Glalie is pretty underwhelming, and that is our reward in this particular version. Every stat being 80, along with an underwhelming ability either way and a horrible defensive type, just sort of lead to this being a lame Pokemon all around. The main benefit here is that Glalie is holding a Glaletite, a Mega Stone, which will allow it to Mega Evolve. Mega Evolving doesn't fix its awful typing, but it does give it a significant boost in stats and a better ability in Refrigerate, turning all of its normal type moves, which means Headbutt in this demo, into Ice type moves, so it gets same type attack bonus with them. Yeah. So, I guess we're gonna try to catch a Glalie now. It is level 40, so it's stronger than our Swampert. I'm kind of underestimating it just using Mud Bomb, but I didn't want to risk hurting it too bad with Rock Slide or Waterfall, I guess. Whatever. This isn't hard to catch. This Glalie does have a significantly increased catch rate, hence Steven only giving us normal Pokeballs, as you can see, so we can probably throw one now and succeed. Yep. Glalie was caught.
I'll give it a nickname, why not? This is Snowgrave. The Pokemon seems to have accepted you after your performance in battle. And it seems to hold a Mega Stone. I wonder what powers might be revealed if it Mega Evolves. You will be able to see it for yourself when you battle next. I envy you, Orlando. Well then, I suppose it's time we return. Back to Moss Deep City. Thank you, Orlando. You will find that there are many more Pokémon in the Hoenn region capable of Mega Evolution, including the one that we recently met. And another possible form of evolution, thought lost since incredibly ancient times, that might even exceed Mega Evolution. Yes, Primal Reversion. Team Magma and Team Aqua may be after that power. This world still holds many more mysteries and surprises than we can imagine. I wonder what you and your team will see, what you will feel in a world like that. I wonder how you'll grow and change. No words can describe how exciting this will be. I will say goodbye to you for now, Orlando. I will be waiting eagerly for the day when I meet you and your Pokémon again. That's it for the demo. Main story. Transfer the Glalie you caught to your copy of the full game. Our reward for clearing the main story is just that. We can transfer Glalie into the full game using the Pokemon Link option in the main menu. More on that later, though, as it's worth waiting until you've done everything else you want to do in the demo before doing this. Your adventures in the special demo version aren't over yet. You can set out for another round of fun. Replaying the game... So, you've returned. This is our second such meeting, isn't it? Ah yes, before I forget, I've set you up with a few more Pokemon so you can enjoy our little explorations even more. I hope you'll enjoy your time with them, learning about each in turn. If you feel like going on a bit of an adventure with me, say the word. I would be delighted to take you along. As you can see, we now have Sceptile and Blaziken as well, and they are also both holding their Mega Stones, so... You get both of them ultimately in the end. They also know Frenzy Plant and Blast Burn already, so they aren't any weaker than the one you actually chose, and the one you chose is actually weaker because it loses all of its experience. Yeah, we have Snowgrave though, and that's what matters. This is my guy. So, first things first, there's probably more people to talk to around here, I think. Okay, so actually our only reward for clearing the demo the first time is a new BuzzNav program on the bottom screen. After you clear the demo for the first time, a special lesson from the trainer's school becomes available, which is what they're doing right now. Pretty lame. Hey, Steven. What do you want, Orlando? Shall we head out for an adventure? Or was there something else you wanted? Check rewards. Perhaps I ought to give you a bit of advice about the rewards you can send to your full game. Glalie. You can send the Glalie you caught to your copy of the full game. I expect it will be a great ally, one you can depend on. Does that count as advice if you're just telling me something the game already told me? Anyway, let's have an adventure. I happen to know of some Pokemon trainers doing special training on a certain island nearby. I'll ask you to take them on in Pokemon battle. After clearing the demo, Steven will send you basically on little mini missions. Certain things about the game will change every time you load the demo. When we started, we were riding Latios, now we're riding Latias. Basically, the game alternates between whether it's a demo for Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire, so... Yeah. Why are you here? You're Arun from the full game. Yep, I can smell it.
I smell it all over this island, the scent of adventure. There's got to be another one around here. Yeah, a real super one. A real secret one. A real super secret space. There's no mistaking it.
Okay. Thanks, man. Anyway. This is scenario 1. Steven sends us to an island where there are 3 Pokemon trainers of the same trainer class that we need to battle. These trainer classes can be either ace trainers, aroma ladies, battle girls, campers, rich boys, or sailors. Sailors is what we got here. Every single one of the trainers you fight during this process will also be a trainer you can fight in the full game. Their team will be different, but they'll have the same name, and some of their dialogue will also reference where you fight them in the full game. Which is pretty interesting, but there's not much else to say. We are literally just fighting trainers, and I will cut ahead. In case you needed a reminder of what Glalie Mega Evolution looks like, Nightmare Fuel is the answer. Congratulations, you've defeated all the trainers. And that's it. Looks like you've done a fine job of helping this bunch train themselves. It's about time to head back. I actually didn't. They didn't get any experience points and they all went down in 1 hit. Well, 2 hits for the first one, but thanks, Steven. Every time you finish the demo, it's gonna make you watch this pre-rendered video. You can just press start to, like, skip by it, but yeah. You've cleared the special demo version twice. As a result, you'll find some new faces in Moss Deep City, so have a look around the island. That's going to be our main reward here. Every time we clear the demo for quite a while, we are going to have new things to see around the city. On the West Beach, we can now find these 3, Gabby, Ty, and Flannery. I see. You're working really hard, aren't you? Great, Flannery, and now a smile. I'm honored to serve as the gym leader of I'm Flannery, and I'm the one in charge of the Lava Ridge Gym. The NPC that actually appears here will change depending on nothing, but it'll alternate. So for clearing the demo the second time, it can be either Flanny is what my notes actually say, Flannery, Gabby, and Ty, 3 Team Aqua or Team Magma Grunts, or 3 swimmers. But that's all. I heard that someone had gotten lost on a particular island near here. Orlando, I trust that I can count on your assistance in helping the poor thing. Our second type of scenario is a missing person or Pokemon. Somewhere on this island, a poor figure huddles lost and alone. I know you can handle this. If I find it first, I'll let you know. He won't. He's gonna sit there and do nothing. On these islands, you can encounter the same trainers that you would otherwise find, so yeah. But hello, Tropius. We're seeing, like, Dexnav encounters, well, not Dexnav, but Pokemon that would count towards the Dexnav, too. So, yeah, we're getting the full, like, here's what you can do in the ORAS demo and the full game as well. You're going to be looking for either a small Pokemon, usually a Whismur, or a small child. It looks like you've got everything in hand. Why did I read head? If everyone is accounted for, let's head back. Yeah, the trainers are optional. You can just find the missing person or Pokemon and just be done. Interestingly, on the, like, missing NPC / Pokemon missions, the lost person or Pokemon you're searching for is in the a spot where the equivalent Mirage Island would have an item in the full game. These are almost always where a visible item would be, but on the Mirage Island west of Dewford Town, the NPC occupies the tile where a hidden item would be located. You've cleared the special demo 3 times. As a result, you'll be able to send a set of Pokeballs to the Pokemon Link. That reward is specifically 10 Pokeballs to the full game. I think I will give you these Pokeballs to celebrate our small reunion. You receive gifts from Steven. The gifts you receive can be sent to a copy of the full game using Pokemon Link. You cannot use them in the special demo version. If you feel like going on a bit of an adventure with me, say the word. I would be delighted to take you along. Alright, let's go. I'm setting out to search for a Pokemon said to inhabit a certain island nearby. Come along and lend me a hand, Orlando. Our third scenario. Will you help me search this island for the Shroomish I seek? As to where to find that Shroomish, I can't help feeling that the open spaces among the tall grass seem rather suspect. Yeah, so we are going to be searching in these little holes in the tall grass to hopefully find a Shroomish. This can also be a Skitty, but right now he wants a Shroomish. This is our third type of scenario, and it's pretty lame and boring, so yeah. This demo has a lot to do, kind of, but, like, not enough that it's actually going to be even remotely interesting to showcase the entire thing. Although you can climb a ladder in this, and that's cool. Oh, great. I just beat a Shroomish, is that close enough? Oh, I found it. Shrew! Yeah, that was just in a random tile of tall grass. Ah, it looks like you really did find a Shroomish on this island. Wonderful. Shall we head back? And that's that. I kind of wish I didn't have to watch this cutscene every time. It's our fourth time. New face in Moss Deep City. See if you can spot someone. So you've returned. This is our fifth such meeting, isn't it? I do have another piece of advice. Did you know that you can only use Mega Evolution once in each battle you face? I suggest you think about which Pokemon to Mega Evolve and when. If you feel like going on an adventure with me, I would be delighted to take you along. Alright, well first we have somebody to find who just came here. Southeast of the Pokemon Center is where our next person appears. They will either be a cyclist triathlete, a rich boy, or a scientist. Would you look at this? Look at the body of my noble steed. Rydell, 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 Rydell. The name's everywhere. I hope you'll someday get to ride one of Mr. Rydell's bikes yourself. Rydell is hard to say 5 times fast. My, it seems someone has sent you a challenge. He appears to have recognized your skill as a trainer and now wishes to ask you for a battle. Okay. The gentleman who sent that challenge should be on this island somewhere. Take care in this battle, Orlando. I suspect he will truly put you to the test. As he said, I am going to switch the order of my party around because this might actually be the most difficult battle in the demo. Well, not the most difficult, but second most, at least. Maybe. Somewhere in here. Yes, right in the center of the cave. Here's our challenger.
I have heard much of you, young trainer, including the way you were able to wield the power of Mega Evolution despite your youth. Together with my Pokemon in this place where few ever tread, I have done nothing but earnestly seek greater strength. Now allow me to test the fruits of my labor against the strength of you and your Pokemon.
Expert Timothy. Nintendo Capri Sun at last. So, every 5th mission, you're going to be issued a challenge. The first time is going to be against Expert Timothy, who's going to use Hariyama, Swellow, and Absol, and subsequent challenges will be from Expert Theodore, who uses Blaziken, Sceptile, Swampert, and Hariyama. I wanted to lead with Blaziken here because Mega Blaziken is my favorite to use of the Mega Evolutions of the Hoenn starters, so hopefully this Hariyama doesn't have guts, and I don't burn it, just in case it does have guts. Those two things together would be nice, because Mega Blaziken isn't necessarily a special attacker. My favorite thing about Mega Blaziken is the fact that it gets speed boost, and then it can get baton pass through breeding, which just makes it like a force to be reckoned with. And I always forget Hariyama gets Whirlwind. I guess it makes sense. I'm not going to bother switching out, because Snowgrave is by far the least useful Pokemon in this battle. But it's just going to keep spamming Whirlwind anyway, so who cares? Alright, right back out to Blaziken, okay. We're not messing around anymore. Blast Burn. There we go. And it's still alive. Okay, well. We're gonna get 2 speed boosts, assuming it doesn't use Whirlwind again, which it's not. It's very set on using Vital Throw now. It's realized that Blaziken is becoming an exponentially larger threat every turn because it gets faster and faster every turn. But it's too late now. It's a little unfortunate that this particular Blaziken's best move is Slash. It's not a very good move, but whatever. It's still Mega Blaziken. I'm just happy to have it at all. Swallow is next. Okay, I take back what I said before, because Snowgrave is probably the best to take out this Swallow, but Mega Swampert, or just regular Swampert even, has Rock Slide, I think, so either way we'd have an answer to this. No matter what, you have an answer to this guy's Pokemon, even if you're not using your Glalie or Steelix, depending on language, so yeah. Get rid of Swallow in one hit, as expected. Unfortunately, you can only play this demo on Switch mode, so of course I'm going to switch when it asks, but I typically prefer playing Pokemon games on set. I just feel like it's a better experience that way. It's more challenging. I just appreciate that as an option, and I'm glad that it still persists, I think, to this day, maybe? I don't actually remember if it's an option in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but I hope it is. It's the same sort of thing with the experience share. Anyway.
You're much stronger than I imagined.
Congratulations, you defeated a true expert. Judging by the expression on your face, I would say you were victorious, hmm? Then I suppose it's time to return to Moss Deep. That's going to be all for my first session, but for clearing the special demo version 5 times, you'll be able to send a set of heal balls to the Pokemon Link. That's 10 heal balls. Available from retailers and the Nintendo eShop soon. I don't think they expected anybody to be playing this demo in the year of our Lord 2026.
So you've returned. This is our 6th such meeting, isn't it? I will give you these heal balls to celebrate our small reunion. Once again, we can't use these in the demo. We can only send them to full game. Anyway, beyond the 5th adventure, we've already seen every scenario that the demo will usually throw at you, and it's not going to allow us to get the 2 extra ones until both we finished our 10th time playing the game and then 15 days after we first played. For me, that's only 3 days from now, but the majority of the rest of this for me is just going to be grinding the same missions over and over again, so I'm probably going to be cutting most of this out, except for the rewards you get for playing further adventures with Steven. Oh, this guy's from Jagged Pass. He just said he'll show you his Pokemon and the results of their training from Jagged Pass, so that's neat. This mission at least required me to fight a trainer to get to the guy who was lost. That's more than most of these will do. For clearing it the 6th time. A new face in Moss Deep City. See if you can spot someone. Let's do that. To the southeast. These 2. The Mauville Ramen Bowl. I'm sure it will become the star of the Mauville Food Court. I heard that there's an island near this city where you can gather shoal salt. If I could get my hands on some, I know I could finally perfect it. My signature dish, the ultimate Mauville Ramen Bowl. Cool.
Yeah, so the NPCs that can appear can be either Brawly and Roxanne, who would be way cooler than these two, Captain Stern and Doc, who would be kinda cooler than these two, or a black belt and a school kid, which is what we ended up getting. They are teasing the fact that Mauville City is very different from how it was in the original Ruby and Sapphire, because as far as I remember, up until the game's release, nobody had any idea that Mauville City had been transformed into a shopping mall, but it sure had been. Searching for a Pokemon. These are my least favorite ones, because it's really just step in a random grass tile and maybe you'll be right. Oh, it's the same island. This is the same... This is the same place we searched for Shroomish last time, Steven. Are you sure? Oh, wow. Same spot, too. What an adventure this has been. That took less than a minute. For clearing it the 7th time, new face in Moss Deep City. These rewards just get more and more interesting, don't they? Up here. Oh, we got Giddy.
I'm giddy. I sure want to take a rocket into space, but even if I can't reach space, I'd love to fly in the sky at least. I'd sure like to see this world from above.
Okay. This can be Watson, Giddy, or a woman. Just a random woman. Giddy is not the one I would have wanted to see. Watson is probably my favorite gym leader from Generation 3, but no such luck. Got Pokemon Ace Trainers this time. I almost said Pokemon Rangers. That is not what they look like in Gen 3. I'm leading with Sceptile just because it's the only one I haven't Mega Evolved thus far for this video, so it would feel incomplete if I didn't show Mega Sceptile at least once. I'm not going to be showing all these battles or anything, but, like, I gotta show all the Mega Evolutions in this demo, except Mega Steelix because I'm playing in English. I really like Mega Sceptile. I think it's my favorite of the Mega Evolutions, the Hoenn First Partner Pokemon at least. Blaziken's feels like just a little less cool than normal Blaziken, and then Mega Swampert is ugly as hell. Mega Sceptile's really cool though. I do gotta say, it just feels a little lame that basically every Pokemon in this demo can be one-shot, because this was basically a mission to beat 2 Absol and a Loudred in one hit. I had to press the A button maybe 15 times to accomplish this mission. For clearing the demo an 8th time. New face in Moss Deep City. Wow. So north of the Pokemon Center and then east of this house, supposedly. That's not east, I went west. Is a Shroomish. Hello, sir.
Shroom.
I really like Shroomish. I've wanted to use one on a team in a Let's Play, and the opportunity just hasn't really shown itself, but it's one of the best Gen 3 Pokemon. Yeah, so after the 8th time, this can be either the Fossil Maniac, a Shroomish, or an old man. I'll use Shroomish one day. Just, unfortunately, is not possible in this demo. We're looking for a Shroomish or a Skitty again. I wonder if it's going to be the same island again. Steven, please surprise me. Okay, this is a different island. He still wants a Shroomish, though. He just loves Shroomish. There it is. Basically still the same spot, even though it's a different island. Why do you need so many Shroomish, Steven? When will you be satisfied? You sick freak. He heard me saying I've wanted to use a Shroomish on a team, and he just thought, oh, I'm gonna make him get so many Shroomishes for me. For clearing the demo a 9th time, we'll be able to send a set of heart scales to the Pokemon Link. Or so the game says. So you've returned. This is our 10th such meeting, isn't it? If you feel like going on an adventure with me, say the word. I would be delighted to take you along. Notice how he didn't mention that he has heart scales to give us. If we talk to him and then check rewards, There is no heart scale set. The demo tells you that you get heart scales to send to the full game, but you don't. It lies to you. Yeah. Really nice game. Another challenger. It seems this is a new challenger, not the elderly gentleman from last time. I already talked about this challenger's full team and everything, but I'll still show the battle against him because it is unique content to the demo that I doubt most people are dedicated enough to playing this demo to see in the year 2026. Take care in this battle. I suspect he will truly put you to the test. Yes, I do not know what he is going to lead with. However, 2 of his Pokemon are strong against Snowgrave. I think I feel the best leading with Blaziken. What do you know? I'm leading with Blaziken against the old man challenger again. Here he is.
I have heard much of you, young trainer. Although young and new to the use of Mega Evolution, it seems you are well able to wield its power. And you are also the boy who defeated my elder brother Timothy. I look forward to measuring your strength for myself. You will find that I, Theodore, am not as naive as my brother.
Okay. Expert Theodore. Okay, we're both leading with Blaziken. That works for me. I'm not going to Mega Evolve Blaziken right away this time, though, because last time that did not end up being the best choice for a Mega Evolution. I think just Double Kick. I think hitting twice plus the same type attack bonus, that'll probably do more than Slash. Oh, yeah, his Pokemon are level 40, so he is stronger than me. I should probably be using Swampert for the type advantage. In fact, I'm going to switch out to Swampert for the sake of having the type advantage. That's what this battle is meant to teach you, so I shouldn't be trying to go one-on-one Blaziken versus Blaziken, probably. Blaziken is a Pokemon that was introduced early in the anime, where it appeared in Ash's final Silver Conference match in the Johto anime, and I never really watched that much of Johto, just because, I don't know, by that point Hoenn was already airing on TV when Johto was re-airing, and I was obsessed with Advanced Battle, so yeah, I just never really got around to watching much of Johto. I watched Ash's match against Gary in the Silver Conference because that was the rivalry I cared about as a kid, but I never actually, I think the guy's name is Jackson who had a Blaziken. I never watched Ash versus Jackson. I just know Ash lost. Spoilers. But I know he had a Blaziken early, and that is really neat. I always like knowing which Pokemon are the ones that were introduced early for their generations, where like Generation 3 introduced Lucario and Munchlax and Weavile early. I think all of those were in Mystery Dungeon. Munchlax was also in Pokemon XD, and so was Bonsly. What did it say he was sending out? Maybe Swampert, I don't know. I'm gonna send in Sceptile anyway. Even if it was Hariyama, Sceptile can probably deal with that. Yeah. I do need to, like, go back and properly watch the anime. I've been watching through, Pokemon Indigo League with Cosmo, and, it's just been a slow process because he's in college, but eventually I'll get back to it and we'll get through all the stuff I'm familiar with and then get to the stuff I'm not, and that's exciting. Starting with the Orange Islands, I'm really not as familiar with the Pokemon anime, which may sound out of character for me because I have been obsessed with this franchise and it's by far the series I've covered the most on the channel, but outside of the games, really, I don't know all that much about Pokemon. Okay, do I want to waste a Mega Evolution to get just a tiny bit more power on Aerial Ace? No, I think the rest of my team can handle a Hariyama. Hopefully. It is level 42, so it's quite a bit stronger in terms of level than the rest of the team, but I can dream. I'm gonna go Snowgrave next, just to get it out of the way, because I don't think Snowgrave is gonna be the one to win this. We do have Frost Breath, which you can hold down L and press a move, by the way, to see its information without having to go into the menu. Yes, this move is always a critical hit, so this is 120 power and breaks through defense buffs. That's probably going to be his best bet. Yeah, Hariyama has pretty high special defense and HP, so wasn't expecting too much there. Although, honestly, seeing how much that did, I think I can see if it's still going for that with Protect. And then I could probably knock it out with Frost Breath, having Mega Evolved. Are you still using Vital Throw? Is that your only move? I honestly wouldn't be surprised. This is the generation when they started giving Pokemon less moves on your opponents, just to make the game easier and to give them less opportunity to use the wrong move. Okay, you have Force Palm at least. It's a little unfortunate that we weren't able to knock out there, but that's okay. Do we have... I was gonna ask, do we have a priority move? We almost certainly do not. I think of the two, Blaziken has the better chance to outspeed. Finish it with a Blast Burn. Hell yeah. Blaziken is a Pokemon I've used in a Let's Play before. I don't remember that Let's Play all too well, but I know I used Blaziken in it.
Your conviction could even crush rock.
Who's Rock? You defeated a true expert.
Judging by the expression on your face, I would say you were victorious, hmm? Then I suppose it's time to return to Moss Deep.
Wow, what a battle.
For our 10th time clearing the demo, we'll be able to send another set of heart scales to the Pokemon Link. I have trust issues with you, demo. I don't know if I should believe that. I've practically lost count of the number of times we've met here. I think I will give you these heart scales to celebrate our small reunion. If you feel like going on a bit of an adventure, say the word. So, as you can see, this time he actually gave us our reward, so yes, we can send 5 heart scales to the full game. Unfortunately, you can't get both sets that the demo promises you, but at least we got one of them. Other than that, there's really nothing else to do in this demo for now. In a few days, it will have been 15 days since I started recording this video, and that is when some more things will open up, but yeah, you genuinely need to wait 15 days in order to do everything this demo has to offer. Say what you want about it, but, like, they clearly intended for people to be playing this demo until the game released. For clearing the game in 11th time, nothing. So you've returned. I've practically lost count of the number of times we've met here. If you feel like going on a bit of an adventure with me, say the word. I would be delighted to take you along. So, at this point in the demo, it has been 15 days since I initially started recording. That means things have changed around Moss Deep City, so let's go look at some of that. First thing is that Tate and Liza have different dialogue.
Tate and I are twins. We understand each other without words.
Liza and I have a special power, and right now it's telling me that we will meet you in battle someday. True. Someday. Do they have different dialogue if I try to enter their gym? No, 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 not the gym. You can't go in. Okay. Nope. Oh, the old man is here. Hello.
Shemarville is a Hoenn region protected area.
Seamawville was new when this demo was made, so nobody had seen that yet either. It's what replaced the abandoned ship in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, so that's neat that they reference it here. The Kecleon that was in front of Steven's house is no longer here, meaning we can go inside. What is in here?
A note on the plate. Classification, Green's Gist from Chargestone Cave in the Unova region. Yeah, they came up with names for all the stones, and it's neat. Hornblende Biotite Granite from Rock Tunnel in Kanto. Skalstein from Mount Coronet in the Sinnoh region, and unfortunately we can't see the last one because his bed is blocking it. Weirdly darker colored panel from the rest. It's a collection of rare rocks and stones assembled by Steven, and we can't look at anything else. This is basically the only house we can enter in Moss Deep City. There's no reason to come in here, but, like, it's here. All of the doors are still locked to the rest of the houses, and we can't enter the Pokemon Center or Pokemart. But his brother is gone. My little brother, my former employee, he was transferred to our branch in Oldale Town the other day. I trust he's giving the lecture to new trainers as he should. Maybe we'll be meeting him someday. As far as I'm aware, those are the only things that have changed, at least in Moss Deep City in the past 15 days. It's not a lot, but, like, enough changes that, like, I think it was worth showing that things do change here after 15 days. There's a game that I really, really want, but my mom and dad hardly ever buy me games. What should I do? It sounds simple, yet there's a lot to this question. I'd say if you help with making meals, doing errands, and taking out the trash, you may inspire them to give it to you as a reward. Give these ideas a try, starting today, and see what happens. I look forward to hosting you again. Yeah, in this demo, they try to convince you to do everything you can to give them money for these games. Alright, Steven, what do we got today? There's a rumor that a strange man has been appearing often on a nearby island. These tales give me a bad feeling, so I'd appreciate your company. This mission will, come before every other possible mission as long as you have done 10 missions previously. The next mission in line is not a battle against Expert Theodore, and, you've played the demo at least 15 days. Or you've had it. It has been 15 days since you first played it. You know what I mean. Well now, I wonder who or what this strange man might be. Personally, I have no idea who he is. You take care out there, Orlando. This is the first of 2 special missions in the demo, but at the very least you're guaranteed to always get this one. Oh look, a strange man. What kind of strange man has a house? Oh, Shroomish! Steven!
Hey! Hi! You there! Boy! I've brought tons! Yes, indeed! Nuggets! To Hoenn!
You received a nugget from Strange Man. You can send your nugget to a copy of the full game. Be sure to ask Steven about it later.
I've still got more nuggets than I can handle. I'll be sure to dump some more on you.
Judging by that expression, I take it you encountered the strange man for yourself. I'm glad you're no worse for the experience. Let's head back, Orlando. Yeah, that was it. We can send a nugget to the full game now. I mean... Cool. Thank you, Orlando. You've been a great help again today. I suppose this is goodbye for now. I look forward to our next meeting. Thanks for playing the special demo version. Feel free to continue playing it, and please look forward to playing the full versions of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire available from retailers and the Nintendo eShop soon. Yeah, right. So you've returned. Yes, I have, because we still aren't done, but the next thing... Oh boy, the next thing. So, first of all, if we check our rewards, perhaps I ought to give you advice about the rewards. As you can see, we can send a nugget to the full game now. From the rather suspicious gentleman. Those shiny round nuggets, you can sell them at Pokemarts, and they'll fetch a pretty price. Hold tight to your nuggets. I'm always saying this. Alright. There is one more special mission we can do. However, it is extremely rare, potentially even to the order of shiny odds, which would be 1 in 4,192. Or no, 4,096. I'm thinking of the old. I'm mixing the old shiny odds with the new ones because the old ones were 8,192, and then they got doubled, and yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, let's have an adventure. That's not the one I'm looking for. Soft reset time. Oh god, I don't remember how to soft reset. Okay, to soft reset, you just press and hold L and R and then press start or select. I completely forgot because it changes by game. Some games you just have to press every button, and like, that might not be true, but that sounds familiar enough to me that it could be. I know the recent, like, ports of Fire Red and Leaf Green on Switch have it so you can just press all the face buttons, and that sounds so nice. But yeah, basically what we're going to be doing here is soft resetting every time Steven does not suggest the mission that I need to do next. This could take me thousands of attempts, so I'll see you when it works out in my favor. I'm playing on a new 3DS XL, which is the faster 3DS. And these soft resets still take a while because it needs to load the title screen and then load back in, and you need to go through all of Steven's dialogue, and yeah, it's not fun trying to get this one. This is still less time than it takes to soft reset for some shiny Pokemon, though, in the series. I think the reason I was thinking soft reset sucks so much in this game is because I was thinking of the old 3DS models where the start button was all the way on the bottom of the bottom screen. Which, terrible design choice. The original 3DS, just the button layout is so awful. My only capture 3DS back in the day was the original 3DS, and I'm so grateful that now I have like a new 3DS capture unit just because the button placement is so much better. And also it's just better for recording because a lot of games run a lot better on the new 3DS XL than they do on the original 3DS. So, yeah, I like it. Hi, Team Aqua. I got bored of soft resetting, so I thought I would tell you a fact about one of the random trainer classes that can appear here. The 3 swimmers that can appear here, which I still have not seen. I've only seen Flannery, Gabby, and Ty, and now 3 Team Aqua grunts. But, yeah, the swimmers come from Kalos. One of them even says they're planning to swim back. There's a swimmer named Kieran in Pokemon X and Y who's found in Azure Bay, and he says he swam there from Hoenn, so one of them is likely Kieran. And I cannot say Kieran with relation to a Pokemon game and think of a random swimmer anymore because they made that the name of a major character in Scarlet and Violet's DLC, who is a really good character, by the way, but like, now I just think it's him. He grew up to be a professional swimmer. Good for Kieran. You know, I know from previous Let's Plays that I do genuinely, like, I find shiny hunting fun now. I sort of get it, but, it's kind of even more fun when I'm on my own and not, like, in a Discord call. Like, I'm just vibing to some Queen. I'm just I'm mashing A and then pressing LR start. That's really all it takes sometimes. I'm having a good time. Alright. I have been searching for well over 5 hours total, and while I would love to continue searching for another 5 hours of my life, to be frank, this video needs to get finished because it is holding me off from making other things that I want to make, and yeah, I think giving it, like, you know, a little bit under a quarter of a day, I think is enough time to say it's rare. In this scenario, in this secret mission, basically you get a follow-up to the demo's first adventure. One of the evil teams shows up again, and Steven takes you to the Mirage Cave north of Route 124 to team up with May and stop them. This can be either Team Aqua or Team Magma, depending on what version your demo is currently based on. So for, I think, an even number, it would be based on Alpha Sapphire, while for an odd-numbered playthrough, it would be Omega Ruby. Yeah, so you have a rematch against whatever version equivalent admin you fought in the first story, so either Matt or Tabitha, and they will be teamed up with a grunt from their respective team. You also have 2 additional double battles against grunts before them. Matt's Pokemon would be Mighty Enna at level 32, Dark type, Quick Feet for the ability, knowing the moves Assurance, Snarl, Scary Face, and Roar. And Tabitha would have the same Mighty Enna. Matt will also have a Sharpedo at level 34, Water Dark type, Rough Skin for the ability, knowing the moves Crunch, Poison Fang, Slash, and Scary Face, Crunch being the only really threatening move it has. And Tabitha would have a Camerupt at level 34, Fire Ground type, Magma Armor, or Solid Rock for the ability. Once again, it's random, knowing the moves Curse, Takedown, Rock Slide, and Yawn. Who cares about the Numel, Zubat, Carvana, and Poochyena that the grunts they team up with use? May also fights using a Raichu and a Swellow. After you have completed this mission, you can talk to Steven anytime when you reboot the demo and ask to go to a secret place. And he will just let you replay this mission so you can easily do the variant with the other team. There's no reward for doing this, which is the reason I'm not forcing myself to show everything here. I'm not going to force myself to keep searching for this, because you don't get anything for it. Honestly, I kind of hate that this has, like, shiny odds to be able to experience it. It's not worthwhile content. You're not actually really, like, missing out on anything by not playing it. So why is it so rare? Anyway, that's about all I have to say about this demo. I just wanted to look back on it because this thing is genuinely really interesting to me. They put more effort into this than they realistically needed to, even going so far as to give you reasons to keep playing beyond the demo's, like, main story, quote unquote, and I think that's really interesting. Send a full game. You can only use Pokemon Link once a day. Let's get started by having you pick what you'd like to send through Pokemon Link. Alright. No save data found for Pokemon Omega Ruby or Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. You must have a copy of either Pokemon Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire to use Pokemon Link. You also need to have obtained a Pokedex in your game in order to use Pokemon Link. Well, I don't have a save file to send all these rewards to. So, how about I fix that? Your first and only hint for this Let's Play was that it is a remake. I didn't want to leave you hanging too long because, frankly, I already told you that I was working on a video about this special demo. It's pretty obvious that this is what was coming next, right? Let's Play Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire begins soon. These are remakes that I think have a lot more to them and are a lot more interesting than people might give them credit for. Certainly better than Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl as remakes, and as I've done more and more research into them, I've come to love them. This Let's Play was originally going to be a Nuzlocke, and I changed that because there were so many Pokemon I was interested in using and I didn't want to be locked out of them. That's how much I am, like, excited for this Let's Play. So, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire start soon. See you guys then.